Hey, what is up everybody, Blades for here, and today I for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over the future of the game of P5X itself here, because this has been a little bit of a topic that's been hot recently, and a lot of you guys wanted to know, of course, how do I feel on this said topic here. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. As always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Sorry if I sound a little bit different. My throat's feeling a little weird today, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. If I'm like sitting here kind of clearing out my throat, that's probably why, but we're gonna try and get through it today as well. But anyways, you guys, so I'm gonna play like a little bit of a card game or something here in the background while we're just doing this here. But the future of P5X, now a lot of this has been going on and a lot of people have been asking me this question, how I feel. Am I just gonna leave TW once global does come out? How do I feel about the future of it? Is it a bad future? Is it a good future? And I'm generally sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, first of all, this topic came up out of nowhere. Two, the game is doing really good. Okay, there's nothing bad about it that's been happening so far. There's only one little thing that I'm concerned about, which we will talk about in this video, but it's not like doom posting or anything like that, because at that point in time, they haven't really done anything that's been bad so far. But I think more of this is kind of steering to the global end of things, because people are still worried that we haven't gotten a global side of things. We haven't gotten anything that is crazy revolved with global, and I think a lot of people are a little worried about that. So to at least answer most folks' question here, how I feel on at least the global end of things and how I feel how the future of the game's gonna go, is for all the versions I feel like it's gonna go fairly well. They've been doing very good when it does come down to like covering any of the information that they need, trying to make sure everyone is kind of having some fun with the characters they want to have fun with, whether it's balance patches or things of that nature. Now P5X is one of the few games that I can wholeheartedly say, as much as I would like to kind of not glaze this game, I glaze this game pretty dang hard because they kind of deserve it. All right, and what I mean by that is we have been on a really good steady track, right? There hasn't been anything that has been utterly detrimental or anything that has made me like not want to play the game per se, right? That's kind of the major thing, right? You get those signs usually early on where you're like, okay, this may be a problem for a game. This may be a problem seeing what we have to deal with, things like that nature. And when it comes down to P5X, it's been the total opposite to me. It hasn't really been a slope of me not wanting to play the game. It hasn't been me a slope of like anything like that where people are getting power crept. It's more or less with the future of the game, how it's been going. It's been very steady. It's been very nice. People haven't been really getting power crept. There's been nothing with the content that's been absolutely, oh, this is actually impossible to beat or anything like that. We've been actually able to enjoy a lot of the content. We've been able to adding on to the content at hand, and that has been something that you don't normally see, to say the least, right? You don't always see that, especially inside of the community, and that's something I like. I'm loving that. Okay, that's one of the few things that I feel like a lot of people are missing out on, or it feels like what's it called here? I feel like that a lot of people are taking for granted, right? When it comes down to the future of this, I don't see anything going wrong with this game. I really feel like a lot of things is only going to go right from here on, and if we can keep that going, that would be absolutely amazing. But only time will tell regarding that, of course. So it's in a good position in my, at least in my forefront, or at least my foresight with this one here. Now, some topics that I need to cover that I do feel like are a little bit scary, especially when it does come down to this game as a whole, right? I do feel like certain issues that they're doing here, or certain things that are now coming in, is not really an issue, but it can pose an issue if not done correctly, if you get what I'm saying, right? This is one of the few things that I feel like if they pay attention to, it won't be a problem. If they don't pay attention to, that's where things are going to start becoming a little bit of a hassle. And we just lost this, by the way. And that's where things are going to be a little bit of a problem here. Now, if you guys don't know, we are getting a cosmetic banner in this game, right? We're getting a little bit of a cosmetic banner. It's nothing too crazy. I, for one, am not a full fan of those, but to be honest, as long as no stats are on the cosmetics, at the end of the day, it's all aesthetically pleasing, and this is actually a step up. So for cosmetics for like Wonder and stuff like that, those were only allowed to be gotten if you paid money, right? And it was like 20 bucks, 25 bucks, maybe 30 actually, but it was a little bit of money, right? It was a decent bit of money. And of course, if you're free to play, there weren't a way to get these said cosmetics. Well, now they're going to be coming out with a cosmetic banner, and which is great because now they're allowing free to plays get the cosmetics. They're also allowing pay to wins to get the cosmetics, of course. But my only gripe about these banners is normally with cosmetic banners, how they usually go is it's not only purely on luck, but it's also purely as if what do you call it? It's also purely hoping that the rates for these banners aren't supremely terrible, right? You know what I'm saying? If they are terrible, if they're bad, that is exactly what kind of leads everything downhill at that point in time, right? Because if they're bad and they're terrible, instead of that outfit costing about like $20 or what it originally would have costed, it's now going to be costing like 50 or above, right? That's in the worst standpoint, right? Because we don't know anything about the rarities, we don't know anything about the drop rates, we don't know anything on the pity of the actual banners. So this is just me just putting out something out there. But my prior experiences when it does come down to cosmetics, 70S is a supreme one that at least scares me, and that's because with 70S there's stats on cosmetics. Now that's a PvP game, so it's of course gonna happen, but with this game it's PvE, and there are some other PvE games that do stats on cosmetics. There's also other games that have terrible rates for their cosmetics and stuff like that. That is why I fear for the most. Now granted, we haven't seen anything about it, so I can't fully speak on it just yet, but I just want to put it out there that that's the only thing that I fear for this game. So far with revenue wise, they've been doing very, very well. And for those looking at Gacha Rev, please don't look at Gacha Rev because that only takes from one of the sensor towers. It doesn't take all the other options of actually paying, of the ways they pay, and it's way different from the ways that they pay compared to what Gacha Revenue does take. Is some of the things on Gacha Rev true? Yes, but not those actual payment methods for this game. So do take that with a grain of salt, you guys, because I've been noticing folks have been really trying to utilize Gacha Rev as that being the end all be all type state. That's not true, and I don't want you guys to get used to that. Get used to it, it's going to be kind of bad for a lot of folks, and I really don't feel like that's going to be good for anyone, but I digress. Anyways, going at least on with this here, there hasn't really been much that I needed to cover, and I'm kind of liking that. Especially with this game. I feel like when it comes down to it, and of course he had the triple, but I feel like when it comes down to it with the future of this game, it's very good to at least enjoy. It's very good to invest. We're currently on the Palace 4, or at least Palace 3 technically, and there is tons of stuff. There's going to be a ton of Palace updates, and we have a lot to really cover. There's been a lot of stuff that we're getting to see. There's been a lot of stuff that is just going on, and I'm loving that. Okay, there hasn't been anything that has utterly made it so what's it called, that has made it so we don't have any fun, right? There's always been stuff that we can have. There's been multiple things when it comes down to gems that we've been able to enjoy, and that has been the tip of just everything when it comes down to this game. Because normally at this point in time, we're having issues where gems are getting low, we have no way of getting gems, banners are too fast. We get banners every 2 weeks, and some of them are skip banners, some of them are standard banners, so of course you can skip those as well. And then of course the others are limited banners or reruns. We haven't had any problems with that really, because even if they're going back to pack, the patch rewards that we get every 2 weeks are really a lot of patches, or at least a lot of rewards there, and we get some free pulls normally half the freaking time, or majority of the time we get a lot of free pulls. Not to mention on that, but we also end up getting what's it called, geez, I just lost track of mine. But we also end up getting like tons of events that help you out with materials and stuff like that. So if you do pull for these characters, you'll have ways of getting these characters up and stuff like that. So you're never ever going to be truly low, if you get what I'm saying, right? You're never going to be truly low to an extent that it's abysmal, right? It's always going to be pretty decent when it comes down to the amount of rewards you're going to get, and when it comes down to everything else. And I like that. Okay, we haven't had any issues, and the less issues the better. That is what I'm loving here, because if there's more issues, guess what's going to end up happening? Folks are end up going to posing more of a problem there with that. And yes, it is great to speak out about it, and that's always amazing. That is what we want to do to make the community better. But when there's more issues, of course, who knows? The company could double down. That's going to be a problem. That could be jeopardizing the rest of the game. And for people like me who have waited for this game, and people who are constantly still waiting for this game, that would be detrimental. And I don't think anyone wants that for this game. Let's be honest. We've been looking for this for a hot minute. And if it was just to go stinking rogue and just disappear off the map, I would genuinely just want to cry. I'm not going to lie to you. It would be very, very painful. And this is risky playing this card here. But I think when it comes down to it, I feel like a lot of folks are really going to be happy when playing this game. And with the future of everything, how it's been going, it's very bright. It's very, very bright. I really will be going with global and everything like that. I'm going to be freaking playing all of them. I'm not dropping any of the versions that I'm on currently. And I'm enjoying it. There hasn't been any problems, and that is so good to me. Okay, like, you guys don't understand. That's the best part about everything here for me, is there's no problems. The community's happy. Yeah, the community's happy, and that is awesome to say. But if you guys are currently playing the game or in the community like that, share at least your experiences down below as well. I gotta stop talking for a second. We will be streaming maybe later on today, because I think the update is happening today. So look forward to that. But yeah, gonna give it a shot. And I want to see what we can get into, to be honest. But till next time, everybody, stay safe, stay sharp. Peace out.